Today is Christmas Day, which for many Canadians is the most wonderful time of the year. And while many of us were busy this morning unwrapping gifts or preparing big meals for our friends and family, we thought it would be a great time to discuss who has been naughty and who has been nice in the Canadian marketplace this year. Joining us now to unwrap the markets this Christmas is Brendan Caldwell, Director at Caldwell Securities Ltd. Brendan, thank you very much for joining us on Forum Daily.
Merry Christmas, Julie. Always great to be here.
Brendan, today is Christmas Day. What does Christmas mean to you?
Well, as a very wise man wrote, what if it's all true? What if the God that made heaven and earth and everything in it actually broke into his own creation, left eternity to enter time and space and become one of us, to know what it's like, to feel what it's like, to experience what it's like to be us, to empathize with us, to suffer with us, to die with us, and ultimately rise again? If all of that was actually true, Christmas is the most amazing day in the history of the universe. It's so cool.
Wow. So I have to ask you, what do you want for Christmas?
Oh, I want there to be a greater sense that we are all in this together. I've spent a fair amount of time on ancestry, and it does do what I think the Mormon church who owns it meant it to do, which is really communicate how connected we all are. We are indeed actually a part of one enormous family. And unfortunately, though, like actual families, we do fight, and the tyranny of small differences. Peoples who live next to each other fight like siblings and cousins in ways that just surprise and horrify. So it's a long-winded way of saying I want world peace. But what I really want is a common recognition of our humanity, that we are part of something larger than ourselves or our tribe. And together, if we wanted to, we could head to the stars. There's nothing that really could prevent us but our own disunity. So what I want is that.
So regarding the markets, which sector was naughty and which sector was nice?
Well, it was a weird one, Julie. You had the crypto sector have its own version of the tech wreck. You had with the SPF, that's a sunscreen. SPF, the scandal down in Bahamas. So all the crypto sector got hit, but it's begun to rebound, and with some enthusiasm. So too the tech sector, which was off so badly in 2022 because of rising rates, has actually bounced considerably. And the Magnificent Seven, the largest tech companies, have really led the way, to the point where really the S&P 500, the big US stock index, hasn't really done very much if you X out those biggest seven companies, NVIDIA, Microsoft, and these others. In the Canadian world, our banks got hit really hard because of higher rates and a sense that the economy will be in shambles and that mortgages won't get paid and they'll have a really hard time of it. But even they've begun to come back. So I think I predict that whatever went really well in 2023 maybe doesn't continue on, but in 2024, we see some of the naughty stocks change their ways.
Brendan, last time we talked about purchasing stocks as Christmas gifts. Did Santa leave you any under the Christmas tree?
Well, when I was a very young broker, I bought one share of Imperial Oil so I could go and look at the shareholders list and potentially get those people as clients. And I just went through an old file and I found my one share of Imperial Oil. So I don't know whether they still consider me a shareholder, but so yes, I did find a little bit of stock under the Christmas tree.
Well, that's great. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for joining us.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Julie.
Merry Christmas.